pulled out of the sledding.
Yeah.
Sources close to the
Yeah, really important. I was ready, but the place that they wanted to go was too dark. So Grandma made a fort, so we played in the fort. So we handled it the best we could.
Emily is leading the Big 12 in minutes played. Just can you talk about just how important is it for her to be in the game, obviously, from what she does as a point guard, but just all together everything?
Yeah, one of the things we talk about in every staff meeting is how do we keep Emily Ryan in the game? And that's how you game plan, that's how you practice. We're having a hard time because she's in the gym all the time, but she's got to be in the game. I mean, she's the leader of our team. She runs our team. There's no one on our team that is trusted more by anyone and everyone. So we've got to be smart. We got to, not overuse her. Our practice. The good thing now, practices are really short. So I think we're doing a good job there. We have 2 weeks and then we get our bye. That'll probably come at a great time. We're going to need it. So, but she's the kind of kid that can keep going. And in college, we don't talk load management a whole lot. You only get to play 30-some games. Just go play. So we ask her a lot. CB, our strength coach, does an amazing job of. We have more information than you can think of about what they're doing, how they're doing it. So I think she'll be fine.
What kind of things do you have to talk about in terms of, like what you had said, we have to find ways to get her onto the floor? What do you have to do to make that happen? Because I think my first thought is just throw her out there.
Yeah, I mean, you end up throwing her out there a lot, but I think a lot of it is the matchups and who she has to guard. I have to do a much better job of getting her off the ball and let Lex handle the ball every once in a while against pressure defense. And everyone's so comfortable with her having the ball in her hands, you kind of forget that. So I just have to make sure that Lex, and it doesn't have to be that often, maybe 1 or 2, 3 plays every so often, give Lex the ball, let she's in the game, but she doesn't have the stress of, it's like everyone now, like everyone beats up Ashley Jones, now everyone beats up Emily Ryan. I mean, that's the game plan, and you do it for 94 feet. So I have to do a better job of figuring out ways to keep her in the game, but not have her hands on the ball all the time. And we've talked a lot about that, and I think that's something we can do in the future, a much better job, and that's certainly on me.
How has she handled it? And I guess going into the season, did you kind of forewarn her that you're not going to be sitting by me much?
No, that's the way she wants it. I mean, when I took her out of the game the other day, she fell and it didn't get hurt, but she was sore, and we were going to put her back in, and then we decided not to. Luckily, the game was in hand, but she's, she doesn't want to sit. She wants to play. I think she's the kind of teammate that, and she's the perfect teammate because she doesn't want to be in the game to score points and get more stats. That's not what she's about. She wants to be in the game because she knows the other 4 people in the game and the entire coaching staff trust her with everything that we do. And I mean, it's like, the other night, there's games she's made 1 basket or whatever. It's just, there's something about having her in the game that calms everyone down. And that's a good thing, especially with me.
I was going to ask, how rare is that for a player to, again, the other night you said, I think she attempted 1 shot until she finally got one late in the game. That really does not matter to her. What matters to her is what's going on around her.
No, every coach dreams of a kid like that. And I heard Matt Painter, who I'm a huge Matt Painter fan, say, I saw him quote something the other day, maybe I saw it the other day, but like, too many players value their worth with their jump shot. And that's not what Emily Ryan's about. I mean, she is a kid that, she wants to win the game. And she wants to be the person that, leads her team to win the game, and she wants to be the last person at the press conference. I mean, that's unique. It's I don't know if I've ever had anyone like her, and I don't know that we ever will. I mean, it's just, she doesn't care about the stats. The only stat she cares about is turnovers, because that's where she feels she let people down. The other stuff, it's, hey, what do you want me to do? When do you want me to do it? And what am I doing every single play to make the other 4 people do their job better? And it's a unique thing, and we're just really lucky to have her.
Does she
Give us-
have that, like, wiry toughness that Stacy Freeze had? That, you don't think she's that
Yeah.
tough? or-
No, I think when you look at her, obviously she's not going to be, she's not the most athletic kid in the building by any means. But I mean, it's just her IQ, her toughness, her want to, all those words that we all want to attach to players and people. But the kid is a winner. She's a leader in every sense of the word. And I think and the other thing, Chuck, she knows. Like, she knows when she plays against certain people, they're more athletic than me. They're quicker than me. Well, then I have to be tougher, smarter, more committed. I got to study my scouting report more. Whatever I have to do more. Right now we talk with our players all the time about who's more committed, more invested. A lot of them aren't. They just aren't. It's just not in their DNA maybe. But for Em, that's the way she is every day. She's in here at the same time every single day doing the same thing. Because it's like, that's what I do and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have to pull a Bridget and lock her out of here someday just to get her to I did it with Bridget a couple times. She's still mad at me for it, but I'm going to have to figure that one out with them. Like, turn the lights out and make sure the gun doesn't work, or take the balls away or something. We're going to have to come up with something.
Is there a game you can remember where you took her out that she got pissed?
Well, if I took her out, if I took her out, she got pissed. There haven't been many games I've taken her out.
No. There's not like a moment that stands out.
Not really. Not specifically. No. It's just you just know that that happens. But the thing about it is too, when you take her out of the game, even the other night, she was frustrated and a little bit banged up. She's still coaching from the bench. She's still talking. I mean, the thing about it, the example that everyone's like, give me an example of her being the leader. At the end of some of the games that we played, and Mary Kate gets in, or Sean gets in, or Vic gets in, she is coaching the living daylights out of those guys from the bench. Where everyone else is just sitting there looking at their parents, thinking about what's for dinner, whatever. That kid's engaged with her team the entire game, every single play. That just does not happen. It just doesn't. And it's, I've said this to you guys many times. My high school basketball coach way back in the day said, if you don't, point guards are a gift from God. And if you don't have one, you're in hell. And God's looking over us. Thank you for Emily Ryan.
I remember you saying a couple years ago, it felt like you were on hot water one year.
I've been there many times.
I could feel those flames licking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on what's led to TCU's 0-7 start to Big 12 play?
They have a lot of new kids. I mean, they're one, unfortunately for them, I think one of the things that's happened is our league got really old and they went the other way. So that's just the nature of our league. And they probably played some of the tougher teams early. Now we're at the stage where I think it's TCU and Baylor, the only two teams we haven't played. So it's hard to believe we're at this point in the season, but got to play the game the way we play, get on the road, try and steal one there, because now you're at that stage where everyone's kind of paying a little more attention to the standings and how do you stay in that top half, and how do you keep, and the one thing I tell our kids all the time is you don't worry about what the other teams are doing, but until the buys start, usually there's 5 games a weekend. 5 teams win, 5 teams lose. And when we win on Saturday, we gained on 5 teams. And that's, and winning streaks are hard in this league, even if it's 2 games, 3 games, So our kids will be ready to go. We had a good, we needed the day off yesterday for a lot of reasons. Everyone did. And we'll come back to work today and hopefully be ready Wednesday.
Are you still adjusting in a sense to life after Steph? Because your rotations obviously changed. Probably the number of them changed too.
Yeah, no, I don't know that we'll get it figured out, Rob. I mean, really, I don't know that we'll figure it out by the end of the season. I do think what we've come to grips with is, we have to find the right matchups for Mo, Izzy, and play Nye at the 5. The other guys are pretty much set. We need to get more opportunities and more situations to play Maggie. But I think right now, we know what we have, and now it's just a matter of, certain games, like the K-State game, playing a true 5-man wasn't a great fit, and then Saturday it was, and that's why you saw Izzy more. So I think it's more, how do we the personnel groupings that you hear about in football all the time, that's become more of a thing, where before it was like the groupings didn't matter because you had staff.
Yeah.
Now the personnel groupings matter a lot more, and we just have to do a better job of figuring that out. But I thought our kids did an amazing job last week.